For all the chronic health sufferers out there, whether you're dealing with chronic fatigue, brain fog, migraine headaches, skin breakouts, all that combination of diffuse global symptoms that no one seems to be able to get you an answer for, here's why you're often so sensitive to things. And I mean to things that shouldn't be sensitive, like a simple herbal supplement, or a shower that's too hot or cold, or you go outside and the breeze is a little strong on your skin and you break out in a major trigeminal neuralgia or migraine or something like that. Basically, the slightest provocation could be a stressful event that shouldn't be that stressful. Some people I work with, it can be, they have a pregnancy, it might not even be their first one, and that triggers them into this cascade of chronic health disaster. Why does that happen? Why are you so sensitive? Well, we know, looking under these high-powered microscopes, that when you have a cell that's loaded with toxins, heavy metals, environmental chemicals, the mycotoxins from mold, can be pathogens like the bacteria from Lyme and its co-infections like Babesia, Bartonella, herbicides like glyphosate, all this stuff, it will attach to the cells. And when you have a whole bunch of toxins attached to a cell, a couple things happen. First of all, the cell can't function properly, so now your body's not operating how it should. Your mitochondria now can't even produce enough ATP and energy to keep you going, so things start to shut down. You definitely can't detox properly because you've got so many toxins, your detox system is just overloaded. But then some of these toxins are hanging on so precariously to that cell that one little bump, the hot shower, the cold shower, a stressful encounter, a light that's too bright, anything that oversensitizes that cell or that collection of toxins, and it drops off, gets into the bloodstream, creates a whole bunch of issues over and over again. So this is what happens when someone is both toxic and sensitive. So they're toxic with all this garbage, and I still to this day hear people, even medical professionals, say that there's no evidence that heavy metals or glyphosate or any of this stuff is causing health problems, which is absolute garbage. Not only can they see it like I've just shared under a microscope, we've shown, or they've shown, not me, they've shown what glyphosate does to the stomach and intestinal lining cells and how they shrink them, and now tight junctions become big, open, wide junctions that create leaky gut. I mean, there's so much evidence out there now, and every single person with chronic health issues, they are the walking evidence, because the more they get this stuff in them, the worse they get. And when we bind it and get it out and we can show it's leaving their body with blood tests and urine tests, they're getting better. Their symptoms match it. It's not magic, it's very real. That's the proof. So anyway, all of this happens.
Hey there, if you're struggling with gut health, I just wanted to let you know about my free Facebook gut health support group. You'll see it on the screen here. Just click the link and you can join that. We cover all sorts of more in-depth tips on what testing to do, how to deal with underlying biotoxins, things like that. So jump in the group. I'd love to have you in there. Anyway, back to the video.
So now your body is loaded with these toxins, and then it becomes sensitive. You start to have these over-the-top immune reactions because the body knows it's struggling and it's trying to fight things. Your histamine goes through the roof. Your mast cells overactivate. And that's why now you're this sensitive being where every little thing that happens can trigger this cascade of symptoms and knock you out. Even though you might look healthy on the outside, too much light, a sound, someone cuts you off in traffic, any of these things can send you anxiety crippling. It can knock you so fatigued that you can't get out of bed for 3 days. And no one believes you because it doesn't seem real, but it's very real. This is definitely happening. It's being shown over and over again, not just from us on a clinical level as we work with people like you, but the researchers who are looking into this stuff are seeing this under the microscopes. So this is why it's so important that when you're trying to heal, you do everything you can to get your drainage pathways open, get the liver, the gallbladder, the kidney, all of those things open. Then you've got to use binders and sweat to get all this stuff out, to start helping get it out before you start trying to kill anything, because the pathogens and the parasites, the bacteria, they can release toxins as they're dying that can send you into a huge tailspin. You have those big Herxheimer reactions, which I'm going to talk about in my next video. So we need our pathways open to be able to handle all of that. So before you even start trying to remove a lot of that stuff, that has to happen first. Then what you'll find, if we also calm down the mast cells and calm down the histamine response, now you can start to have some normal times and some normal days again. And then both things will start to improve. You'll have less and less of those overactive immune responses as you get more of those toxins out of your body. And then a cascade starts in the right direction, and now your healing can start to do this, but it'll never be a straight line. There'll be like an uptrending stock market, but that's what's going to happen. But that's why you're so sensitive until you start targeting this properly.